So we made it to the end of the dirt road on Stash. We loped some circles down here, got him to kind of settle down. Our loping was kind of erratic on the way down here, and that's kind of what we'd expect. He's never been outside before. He's never seen anything like this before. So now that he's a little out of air, we're gonna let him walk a little bit, and this is what Clinton calls spending a little bit of friendly time with him. So we're gonna let him walk down the road a little bit and just kind of leave him alone. Bar something, you know, him really jumping, spooking, trying to do something silly, I'm just gonna kind of leave him alone, rub on him a little bit, and just kind of let him be. I want him to enjoy this walking, loose rein, quote unquote, trail ride part of it. I want him to enjoy this. I want him to think this is the easiest part of his day. And then when we get up the road here a little bit, then we'll start some training on him. We're gonna add a few more things to his program and see if we can advance him a little bit more over this ride. So right there, when he kind of trots off on his own, I'm just gonna bend him around at the walk, soften him up and remind him, hey, nobody said trot off, okay? And then let him walk. And you can kind of see as I'm going here, you know, he's kind of looking off into the bushes and very active with his ears. I'm going to ignore all of that. A lot of the problems, and they're really not problems, just a lot of his behavior on the way out here, I don't necessarily like it, but the reality is it's totally natural. I wouldn't expect much less, you know what I mean? He's a young horse, he's never been outside, regardless of how many rides he's had on him. You can take an older horse that's had a ton of riding in the arena, but until you get him outside, you never really know how they're gonna react or how they're gonna listen to you. So once we get past this driveway up here, we're gonna start working on a little bit of shoulder in, shoulder out. So what we're trying to get accomplished here, I want to tip the colt's nose to the outside. So and to start with, I'm going to tip his nose to the right, and I'm going to press with my right leg right behind the front cinch, and I want his shoulder to move over ahead of his hip, shoulder out, okay? And push him off my leg. This is designed to be able to help us when our horse is leaning into a circle. We have the ability to push him out of the circle, or if he's leaning out of a circle, there, we have the ability to push him in. And what you'll kind of see, I'm just going to work on one side, teach one side first. Now, he's had one day of this, but I'm going to teach one side first, and then I'm going to change sides, just like we would in the arena. This is just my arena. I just so happen to be outside. That's literally how we're going to treat this, okay? So I get my right hand kind of up against his neck. I get my left hand out the side. That left hand is kind of pointing and kind of leading that colt's shoulder over there. I'm pointing at that 45-degree angle. Now, if you can see what I'll do, I pushed him off until I kind of ran out of road. Well, no problem, just walk him to the outside of the road. See him kind of looking right there. He's kind of spooking, kind of looking at those rocks. We're kind of doing shoulder in, shoulder out, even though we're not asking for it, okay? Just keep riding him past it. What's gonna get that better? Time. More rides, miles under his feet, more wet saddle pads, more concentrated training, okay? So I let him walk a little bit, and I don't hustle back to the other side of the road. I just kind of work my way back over there. Okay? Let him walk, kind of let him settle over here. Now I'm going to pick up, right hand kind of up against his neck, right leg is forward, left hand is way out the side. There. So I want a little bit of bend to his nose. Not a lot of bend at this stage. He's only had a day of this. As he gets a little better broke, we'll start getting a little bit more vertical or getting a little bit more face on him. So I'll work on this one side for a little while, and I'll see if I can't get it a little bit better. If he trots off, I'm just going to pick up and push him over, put that nervous energy to good use. There you go. Over. Loose rein. You notice how as soon as I'm done picking up on him, I immediately go back to a loose rein again, okay? I really want to dare him. Do you want to trot off? Are you getting nervous? What's going on? Okay. I want him to rat himself out. Okay. I don't want to sit here and protect him. This is something I see a lot. I travel almost every weekend and teach clinics and private lessons all over the country and all over the world. And I see the same habits. People are very afraid to let the horse commit to the mistake. If there's one giant thing I wish you could get from Clinton's program is that if you let the horses commit to the mistake and then correct it after they make the mistake, they'll stop making the mistake. okay? But if you keep babysitting him, don't trot off, don't trot off. Why are you getting nervous? Just get in here. You're making me nervous, okay? If you keep doing that and clamp it up on him, all he's going to do is get more reactive, and he's going to jig, and that's how you get those horses. You know, we can have this colt in 10 rides jigging and being a nervous wreck down this dirt road, okay, if that's how we rode him. So if he wants to trot off, I let him. He commits the mistake, I pick up on him, I bring him back to the walk, and then I correct it. So I'd say my right side's a little bit better, okay? It's not amazing. It's not as good as it's going to be in 5 more rides, but it's better, okay? Now I'm going to go to this left side. Same thing, left rein against the neck. This side he's a little more resistant. There's the shoulder over. See, I just released it that one step. Now he trotted off, so I pick up again. So there we go. There, what do I mean? That shoulder is leading, that's what I want. The whole idea of shoulder in, shoulder out, you know, we're not side passing, we're not yielding the hindquarters, we're trying to get the shoulder to move ahead of his hip, okay? This is one of the few exercises where we're gonna leave the horse's nose tipped the wrong way, if you will. It's tipped to the outside, but his feet are going right, his head's going left. Wait, there, okay? He kind of trotted back to this side of the road. He's a little more comfortable over here. When he gets back over here, I'm gonna pick up, push him off, push, push. I keep my left leg on. Now he doesn't really want to go forward. I'm just gonna keep waiting it out. There, till he moves that front end over. So when I'm having a hard time just getting his front end moved over, I'm not real worried about how soft he is in the face. Now, is that important? Yes, it is, okay? But what's your biggest problem first? You got to correct the biggest problem first. So if the biggest problem is the horse just won't get off your leg, we're not really all that concerned about what his face is doing, okay? There we go. There we go. So we let that other colt get past us. See how he got a little silly? So we just go put his feet back to work. Say, oh, let's get back to work again. How do we get this colt to go from the reactive side to the thinking side? Redirect his feet. Forwards, backwards, left and right, okay? I'm gonna bend him around right here because he's a little kind of uppity looking around. There you go. I'll bend him around each way, just kind of get his head in the game a little bit. There you go. That bending exercise is a really good, what we call listen to me exercise. Like if they're really is kind of looking around, it's not a one rein stop, emergency handbrake, save your life kind of exercise. It's more of a, hey, you're not really paying attention to me exercise. I don't really feel like your head's in the game and you're using the thinking side of your brain exercise, okay? See how we're kind of stutter stopping and he's looking at this and he's looking at that? We're gonna, again, ignore all that. So he's really pushing on my left leg just here. So I keep that leg on. I'm rolling that left spur. I'm rolling it. I'm keeping that rein up against his neck. There, till he moves over. Now, I didn't like at all what he did with his head. He kind of took his head back out straight again just then, okay? I lost my vertical, but I'm not gonna worry about that, okay? And that's colt starting for you right there. See how he kind of spooked to that camera over here in the bushes, okay? And when he jumps like that, what do? We don't wanna seize up on him and pull back on his mouth. That's the worst thing we can do, okay? When he gets reactive, I wanna redirect the nervous energy. So go trot him around. I might go do a little serpentines here. Make him move forward. There you go. Come on, move your feet. Don't just bend your head, move your feet. There you go. Can't train a horse without forward movement. There we go. There. When I think I kind of got him back listening to me again, I'll let him walk on and we'll pretend that never happened. Okay? And that kind of stuff is extremely typical. That's what's going to happen while you're out here in the real world.
So remember, when your horse is using the reactive side of his brain, he's already spooky, he's jumpy, he's reactive, he's on edge. You already have a bunch of rocket fuel in the engine that you don't want. So what you need to do is when they act spooky, jumpy, and reactive, do something constructive with that energy. Do some rollbacks and circles and rollbacks, circle turn, do some serpentines. Do some circles and yield his hindquarters. Spin him around. I don't care what you do as long as you're basically following this formula. Move his feet forwards, backwards, left and right, and you give him a job to do. That's what Jeff's doing right here. This colt's spooky and reactive, and he's giving him a job to do. He's taking negative energy. See, when a horse is reactive, it's energy. Whether you want it or not, the energy's there. Take negative energy and turn it into positive energy. What most people want to do when a horse is spooky, jumpy, and reactive, they want to stop the horse. They want to pat him on the neck. They want to slow things down. That doesn't work. What does work is you being the loudest thing in the room. Remember, horses can only think of one thing at a time. So if the killer mailbox over here is saying, I'm going to eat the horse, I'm going to eat the horse, and the horse says, he's going to eat me, he's going to eat me, you've got to be louder. Your voice and your leadership says, no, 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 I'm the loudest thing in the room. Circle, turn, circle, turn, circle, turn, circle, turn, stop, spin, move, side pass, bend. You've got to be saying, no, 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 don't listen over here, listen here. Don't listen over here, listen here. You've got to be the loudest thing in his mind. And when you become the loudest thing in his mind, which is you're the leader and he's the follower, he'll forget about the killer mailbox, he'll forget about the puddle, he'll forget about the car that he's spooking at, and he'll only focus on you. That's how you get negative energy and turn it into positive energy. But see, after this whole episode here, this might take 1 or 2 minutes, it might take 10 minutes, depending on how scared the horse is or reactive it is. By the time you get done with moving his feet forwards, backwards, left and right, I promise you he'll be broker. I'll promise you he'll be listening to you more. I'll promise you you'll have a better brake, you'll have a better steering wheel, you'll have a better responsive horse. Just sitting there and letting him smell it and rub him does nothing to assert you as the leader. Horses instinctively follow a leader. They have a pecking order in the pasture. If there's 10 loose horses in the pasture, you've got the number 1 pecking horse to the number 10 pecking horse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way down to 10. So when you're working with your horse, there's 2 in the herd. There's 1 and 2. You need to be 1 and he needs to be 2. So I keep saying it, horses are natural followers if you'll be a natural leader. You'll be a great leader, he'll be a great follower. Okay, but if you're a piss poor leader, he'll be a piss poor follower. Horses don't really want to be the leader. But what they can't do is follow an incompetent leader. That's what they can't do. Humans are very much the same. When you have a boss that's a fucking idiot that doesn't know his job, you don't want to follow him. You don't want to listen to him. You don't want to go into battle because you feel like you know the job better than him. You want to follow a leader. You don't mind following a leader. You don't mind following a boss that knows more than you, smarter than you, more proactive than you, more of a leader than you. Come on, boys, we're going this way. Let's go. Humans are the same way. We resent following weak leaders. We resent following leaders that have no confidence. Horses resent owners that have no confidence. Horses resent owners that don't show leadership abilities. So again, you've already got negative energy. Do something constructive with it and turn a negative into a positive.
Ever wanted to own a champion? Clinton Anderson, world-class horse trainer and competitor, has been spotting and developing promising horses into greatness for decades. Now, he is offering an exclusive ownership opportunity to create champion horses. Introducing Clinton Anderson's Performance Partnership. In this exclusive program, you and Clinton will co-own a top-tier performance horse that will be meticulously trained and cared for by Clinton Anderson himself. This isn't just an investment, it's a first-hand experience of horsemanship excellence. With Clinton's help and advice, you'll choose the horse that resonates with your ambitions, and Clinton takes the reins from there. From training to stabling, from the practice arena to the winner's circle, Clinton's unwavering dedication ensures that your equine athlete reaches its full potential. This partnership is about more than business. It's about a shared passion for equestrian excellence. And Clinton Anderson isn't just your trainer, he's your partner, fully invested in every horse's success. Together, you'll share in the excitement, the prestige, and the profits. Membership is strictly limited to ensure each investor receives personalized attention and commitment. It's your chance to be part of an exclusive equine ownership community that combines the excitement of competition with the satisfaction of success. Don't miss your opportunity to join Clinton Anderson's Performance Partnership, a unique collaboration that transforms dreams into equine champions. Experience the heart of horsemanship excellence. Find out more at ClintonAndersonPerformanceHorses.com.
So you can't control this environment. When I'm traveling and teaching, something that comes up all the time, I constantly hearing people complaining about, oh, the people in my neighborhood and the cars, and they don't slow down and get off the road like they should, or there's too many bicycles on the road, and so on and so forth. And I always sort of think to myself, like, hey, listen, the road's not just here for me. They didn't put the road in here so I could train my horse. I just so happen to be training my horse on the road. My responsibility is to get my horse broke enough, okay, that I can navigate the road safely. So if your horse isn't ready to go outside and you need to spend more time completing the fundamentals in the arena, that's what you need to do, okay? So the better horseman you are and the better rider you are, the more confident you are, the more you can kind of get away with cheating, if you will, by doing what we're doing right now, okay? So I'm gonna start working on draw to a stop, okay? So for the rest of the ride, I'm gonna work on, instead of doing one rein stops, I'm gonna do draw to a stop transitions. I'm gonna do some at the walk, okay? Then I'm gonna do them at the trot, all the way home. So draw to a stop. What are we trying to accomplish here? I'm trying to get him to where when we draw the slack out of both reins and we take the slack out, I want him to stop moving his feet and soften his face vertically. So I'm never gonna turn loose. Him stopping's not good enough. If he trots off on his own, we stop him right there. Okay, I'll wait. I'm never gonna turn loose just because he stops. Okay, that's not good enough. I'm looking for that soft vertical, okay? It's a soft feel, not a soft look. Sometimes you see it looks like his head's down and you might be thinking, well, why isn't Jeff releasing the pressure when his head's down? Because he doesn't feel soft, okay? If it feels heavy, it is heavy. If it feels good, it is good. Whenever you're riding a colt, but this again would apply to any horse. We're talking about colts here, but when you're riding any horse, you got to be a confident rider. You got to ride with a secure seat, meaning that you don't need your legs gripping onto the horse's belly, clawing on him for balance, and you don't need to be hanging onto the reins and jerking on his mouth for balance, especially when you're actually riding with a snaffle in his mouth, not just a hackamore, but the same would apply. There's multiple times when you're riding a young horse that you're going to find gas pedal, the ability to get the horse to go forward, is one of the biggest things you need to get accomplished right away. Every year when we start colts at the ranch, or every year that we have a colt starting clinic, this is made very obvious. The first probably, I'd say 5 to 10 rides, that's going to be your primary focus. Get the colts moved out. Now, when you're starting a colt, kind of like we're doing out here on the dirt road, the dirt road helps you because it does a couple of things. You're in a more of an open environment, so the horse feels comfortable to go forward, but you're also giving him somewhat of a path to follow. So he's a little bit less likely to zigzag. A little bit less. When you see the footage, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. A little bit less, okay? They're gonna zig and zag a little bit. But here's the deal. Sometimes you're gonna have to reach back there and spank them on the butt, or like Kristen rode her colt with a dressage whip for the first time. Sometimes you're gonna have to reach back there and swat them pretty good, and they might kick out, they might get a little scared of that, they might get grouchy about that. You gotta be a good enough rider to take what's coming to you. If it kicks at you, sit deep, spank it again until it goes forward and it respects that squeeze, cluck, spank. This is easier said than done. I'm not gonna lie to you. When they jump like that, there's all kinds of possibilities. It could jump and kick and stumble and fall over on you. It's not totally safe when you do things like this, but you got to be a comfortable enough rider. I often think of it a little bit like this. No matter what happens, you can't forget to ride the colt. I had somebody say this to me one time that used to teach people to fly, and he said, whenever you're up in a plane, no matter what happens in the plane, no matter what happens up here, don't forget to fly the plane. So I robbed his expression and I said, you can't forget to ride the colt. So when it spanks and kicks up, you can't just kind of, oh my God, okay, and freak out up there. You've got to be able to stay calm. Yeah, okay, he's running off in the ditch a little bit. It's fine. Just sit on him, keep spanking him, keep doing what you need to do until you get through it, all right? But you got to be prepared when they're jumping, ducking, dodging, won't move forward, and they're kicking out at your leg. That stuff's pretty normal, okay? And this is another reason why if kind of you're in that camp, if anything I just said sound to you like that doesn't sound like something I want to ride at all, no problem. Let's get somebody else to start your colt. When he's a little bit more gentle and he's moving forward and he's got the ugliness out, go ahead and take him over and enjoy him. So I'm going to trot him off now and kind of get his feet back moving again, because he's going back to kind of being reactive and looking around, okay? So again, we know the way to get him to use the thinking side of his brain. Redirect those feet, forwards, backwards, left and right. So I'm looking for that when I take the slack out of the rein, I want him to stop and soften vertically, okay? So I'll trot him off, 50, 100 feet, pick up kind of smooth. Like right there's a good example. Right then he stopped, but he didn't soften right away. What do I mean soften? He didn't tuck his nose in and create any slack in that rein, okay? And that's pretty typical a colt at this point in the program, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna turn loose to it, okay? Just keep riding him forward here, keep riding him forward. There we go, he's trotting forward pretty relaxed. Now I'm gonna stop there. Now you'll notice when I pick up wide and low with my hands, down towards my knees. The wider and lower your hands are, the more leverage you have. The more you pull up in the air, the less leverage you're gonna get, okay? We're trying to encourage the top of that bridle not to come up above the saddle horn, so no sense in pulling up in the air. I'm not trying to lift his head and neck up, okay? So I'm gonna keep riding forward, There, feels like he's trotting forward pretty comfortable. Wait right there, wait, there. When he softens, I throw it away. I flex him once each way. So what that flex does is it breaks up the stop and the go a little bit, okay? The last thing I want to do is try to teach Stash how to have a nice, pretty, crisp stop and then immediately kick him back forward and say, hey, come on, let's trot again. That little bit of a flex there works, so it keeps working on a little bit of a lateral flexion, but it also creates a little bit of drag time, okay? Little bit of a release of pressure before I head off again, okay? I'm gonna trot off. See how when I squeeze him off, like he's a little wiggly, like he's not real sure what to do, okay? Now right here, when he's a little bit nervous, I don't wanna go work on my draw to a stop, okay? I want to go back to a little bit of lateral, so I'll trot him off, trot him in a little circle. Keep his feet moving, There you go. Trot him off, trot him in a little circle, okay? The neighbor's horse is kind of running around there a little bit, but again, it's not my job to call the neighbor and tell the neighbor, hey, you need to tie your horse up because it frightens my colt. They didn't ask me to ride my colt down here. That's my problem. My horse is my problem, okay? So I got to find a way to get my horse to listen to me and be manageable enough that I feel safe doing this. If I was really that worried about it, I'd get off and I'd do a little groundwork right there, okay? So what I'm kind of waiting on is that right there. When he trots, I want him to trot forward sort of willingly, okay? I don't want to have to feel like he's kind of wiggling. I'm not sure, Jeff, I don't know where I should go. I don't want to stop him when he's like that because he's kind of already got stop on the brain. Okay, so it's a little bit of a hard thing to describe. I don't need him running off, okay? I'm not waiting for that, but there, I'm waiting for this right here. He's not really leaning left and right. Now I'm gonna pick up real smooth, wait till he softens, okay? He was a little stuck right then, so I use my feet to encourage that vertical, flex him once each way, trot him off. Now he's been good about when I pick up on the reins, he's been pretty good about just stopping right away, okay? But let's say I picked up on the rein and he kind of kept marching forward or kept trotting forward. All I would do is I'd hold one rein and I'd bump one down on one towards my knee, okay? All that bump is for is to get him to stop. I'm not trying to jerk his head down. I'm just trying to show him, hey, don't run through that bridle. Don't run through my hands. There we go. Now I'm gonna stop him again. That was a good boy. There. He got soft really quickly, and you see that time he kind of grabbed his butt a little bit. There you go. And got stopped quickly. There's a car coming. We're gonna ride him off to the side. Now, again, if he were more reactive to those vehicles, I'd be riding him more off to the side, having him face the car. That way he can see it, because I don't want it to surprise him, okay? He's not all that reactive, so we kind of went on with that. But a lot of colts are going to be really reactive to that, so you're going to need to sort of adjust accordingly, okay? Stop here, right in the middle of the gate. There you go. I'm gonna kick him here a little bit if he kind of wants to back up on me, just like we did at the end of the road. I need him to stop and soften into that bridle there, right away. The more we ride him, the more I want him thinking, hey, if it's not straddling your back, it's not your problem, okay? Everybody else and their horses are not your problem. I need you to listen to me. There we go. So we're gonna let him walk a little bit here. And then when we get him back up here where we started, we're gonna go back and train on him again. Stop him, wait, there. When he gets soft, he kind of went to walk off, so we knock on that a little. Hey, listen to me. Don't get ahead of steam and start walking off. Now, I know that might not seem like that big of a thing. You might be thinking to yourself, well, Jeff, he's just walking off, and walking off turns into what? Okay, walking off turns into trotting off turns into cantering off pretty quickly. What's the difference between a thought and an action? Not much, okay? So these last couple hundred feet, we're gonna let him walk, okay? And just kind of let him be a little bit. Then when we get him back up here where we started, we'll go back to training on him and we'll do something else. I want him dreading to come back to the ranch. I don't want him power walking home like his tail's on fire.
Want more? Get more. The No Worries Club is the best way to get the most out of your training experience. Stick around to find out more.
Hi guys, did you know that if you're a No Worries Club premium member, you get access 24/7 to the intermediate level of the method? So my method of training horses, we have fundamentals as we start. Second level is intermediate. Third level is advanced. Fourth level is the professional level, okay? Professional series. Well, in the intermediate series, there's over 25 hours of training videos on the intermediate level, okay? We show you how to do all the groundwork at the intermediate level and all the riding at the intermediate level. You've also got, in addition to that, the Arena Mates, which is the print version. It's on your phone, your iPad, etc. Some people learn better by reading and watching a photo, looking at a photo and reading it 2 or 3 times. Other people learn better by just watching something. Some people learn better with a combination of the two. So everybody's learning style is a little bit different, okay? So that's why the method is so successful. If you're visual, you get to watch. If you like to touch something and read, you get to read. If you like both, you've got both there, okay? Knowledge is power.
Hey mate, Clint Anderson here. For the past 20 years, I've devoted my life to creating the best training tools and videos available to help bring my method to you. But there's only one problem. You can't bring your TV into the arena. That's why we've been hard at work developing a new platform to deliver the method to you in a whole new way. A way that brings 20 years of horsemanship and puts it in the palm of your hand. Introducing the mobile method. It's part of the new Down Under digital experience, and it makes learning the method easier than ever before. Let me show you how it works, mate.
Now you can always have access to the method, even when you're on the go or at the barn. The Down Under Horsemanship app gives you access to your digital training kits and allows you to download videos and training content directly to your mobile device or view them on your computer. The Down Under Horsemanship app also offers over 86 hours of free, in-depth training content. No Worries Club members will have full access to Clinton's ever-growing training library and a massive amount of members-only features and information. And the best part is, you can view and interact with each lesson on your mobile device or computer, giving you ultimate access to the method anytime and any place.
The method is the key to getting the most out of your partnership with your horse. We want everybody to experience the difference it will make. That's why we created 3 new ways for you to get the training content you need at the price you want. Our basic level allows you to purchase and download training content to your device at our standard price with no annual fee. When you become a No Worries Club member for $19.99 a month, you get up to 50% discount on any of your purchases. Plus, you get 8 digital videos and 4 digital journals a year, and access to the No Worries Club website, the largest collection of method material and resources in the world. Plus, you can become part of our social network and chat with thousands of other folks just like you. If you want the ultimate experience, mate, the premium membership is for you. You get all the benefits of the No Worries Club, a printed copy of our No Worries Club quarterly journal, and access to all of the method and the professional series kit training videos. Altogether, that's thousands of dollars of horse training and 20 years of horsemanship delivered right to your fingertips. So there you have it, folks. The new mobile method app is the easiest and most effective way to deliver the maximum amount of knowledge at a minimal amount of time. And with the new No Worries Club, you can be assured you're going to get exactly what you need at a price that's right for you. It's a free download, so what are you waiting for, mate? Get started today.
Start your digital training experience today. Visit our website and download the Down Under Horsemanship app to experience the method in a whole new way.